You want to win? You want to elevate your mindset, your grind, your life? Then there's one thing you need to develop, and that's focus. Not more motivation, not more inspiration, focus. Because in a world full of noise and distraction, focus is the new superpower. Focus is rare. Focus is what separates the average from the unstoppable. Most people can't sit still. They chase everything. They start everything, but they finish nothing. Why? Because they don't have focus. Focus is the difference between potential and results, between busy and productive, between being good and being great. You don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need to do more. You need to do what matters with complete focus. The world is designed to steal your focus. Let's drop the filters. Let's talk man to man. Because if you're serious about rising in this life, about becoming something more, someone undeniable, you've got to face this truth like a warrior staring his enemy in the eye. The world you live in is a battlefield, but not the kind you were taught about. This isn't a fight with swords or fists. It's a fight for your attention, your time, your fire. And guess what? It's not a fair fight. This world is designed, literally built, to keep you distracted, weak, soft, and average. It wants you stuck in a cycle of endless scrolling, fake dopamine, comparison, and comfort. Because a man who's distracted, he's no threat. He doesn't build. He doesn't lead. He doesn't conquer. He consumes. He hesitates. He exists. And maybe that's why you've been stuck. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't have talent, but because you've been too distracted to lock in. You used to feel that fire. You had ambition. You had drive. You had goals. But now, it's like your edge got dulled. Like your mind is a browser with 100 tabs open and none of them are useful. You don't finish what you start. You don't feel present. You don't feel hungry. Why? Because you've allowed the world to put you on mental autopilot. Think about it. You wake up and instantly grab your phone, not to study, not to strategize, but to scroll, to check who liked your post, to get hit with a dozen different things before you've even taken a breath. You're starting your day with distraction and then expecting to find discipline. You're feeding your mind garbage and expecting greatness to grow. It doesn't work like that. Here's the truth no one wants to say. You cannot build a savage, unstoppable, next-level version of yourself if you can't focus. You want a better body? You better focus. You want a business? You better focus. You want confidence, status, respect? That's not coming through reels and memes. It's coming through deep work, through obsession, through discipline so intense that people start asking if you're okay. Let's go deeper. Focus is not just about productivity, it's about identity. Because a man who can control his mind, who can say no to nonsense, distractions, and fake comfort, is a man who is building something real, something dangerous, something permanent. And the truth is, most men can't do that. They fold, they fidget, they scroll, because it's easier to escape than it is to execute, but not you. You're not trying to live a soft life of distraction and regret. You're trying to build a legacy, and legacies are forged in silence, in deep work, in long hours, in nights alone, grinding when everyone else is numbing themselves with noise. You want to be great? Then you have to become ruthless with your focus. Not kind of focused, not I'll start tomorrow focused. Locked in like your future depends on it, because it does. Every scroll costs you clarity. Every notification drains your drive. Every mindless hour of distraction delays your destiny. And here's the part no one tells you. A man who learns how to master his focus becomes unstoppable. Why? Because most of the world is asleep. Most men are lost. They're playing small. They're too busy watching someone else's life to build their own. But not you. Not anymore. This is your line in the sand, your wake-up call, not to do more, but to do what matters with 100% intensity. Kill the noise, unfollow the distractions, delete what doesn't serve your vision, and protect your focus like your entire existence depends on it, because it does. Focus is how you dominate in silence and walk into every room with power that speaks before you even say a word. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep living distracted and soft, or are you going to rise, lock in, and build something that makes the world take notice? The world is stealing your focus every damn day, but now you know, and a man who knows the game can change it. So take it back. Your future is decided by what you focus on. Let's not sugarcoat it. You want to know what your future looks like? Look at what you focus on daily, because your future isn't written in some fortune cookie. It's being built brick by brick through your habits of attention. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, your results show. And where your results show, that's your life. You focus on drama, you invite chaos. You focus on what you don't have, you feel empty. You focus on distractions, you stay broke mentally, emotionally, financially. But you focus on purpose, discipline, growth, and greatness. Now we're talking about becoming dangerous. Now we're talking about a man on a mission. You see, in today's world, distraction is the norm. Every app, every post, every ping on your phone, it's designed to rob you of your attention. It's not by accident. It's a war, a battle for your focus. And you've got two options: be the weapon or be the target. Most people, they scroll through life, drifting, clicking, consuming, 1,000 thoughts, 0 action, 1,000 goals, no discipline. They wonder why nothing changes. But not you. You're different. You're waking up. You're choosing to live with deliberate focus because you understand focus is power and undisciplined focus is a slow death. Let's break this down. Why do most people never reach their potential? Why do so many talented individuals stay average? Simple, because they can't stay locked in on one thing long enough to win. They're always hopping, jumping, dabbling. They start something, it gets hard. They quit. They move on to something else. Again and again and again. They never go deep. They never master. They never commit. But listen, greatness doesn't come from dipping your toes in. It comes from diving in with both feet and saying, I'm not leaving until I conquer this. You want to make waves? You want to build something real? You better learn how to lock in, because if your focus is fragile, your future is too. You want a better body? Focus on your workouts. You want a stronger mindset? Focus on your thoughts. You want to build a business, a legacy, a name that echoes long after you're gone? Focus every waking second on building it like your life depends on it, because it does. Every distraction is costing you time, energy, and momentum. Every unnecessary conversation, every mindless scroll, every I'll do it later, it's a tax on your potential. You don't see the price now, but one day you will. So if you're serious, really serious about building a future you're proud of, you've got to focus with intensity most people can't even understand. Focus is a weapon, a sharp one. But only if you sharpen it daily. Only if you protect it like your most valuable asset. Because it is. Most people treat their focus like it's free. They give it to anyone, anything, anytime. And then they wonder why they feel scattered. Why they have goals with no progress. Dreams with no reality. Not you. You focus like a sniper. Locked on target. No hesitation. No wasted motion. You focus like a wolf. Locked in on the hunt, eyes forward, ears tuned, moving with purpose, because you understand something they don't. Focus is what separates men from boys, kings from pawns, builders from consumers. So what are you feeding your focus? Every single day, ask yourself, Am I focusing on building, or am I being distracted by the meaningless? And when distractions come, because they will, you shut them down. You say no to what doesn't serve your mission. You walk away from comfort, noise, gossip, laziness. You don't need the dopamine hit, you need discipline. Listen carefully, this is everything. You want to be unstoppable, focus, relentlessly, brutally, unapologetically. And when you feel tired, focus harder. When you feel like quitting, focus deeper. When life throws chaos at you, focus through it. Because the one who learns how to lock in when everyone else is falling off, that's the one who rises. That's the one who wins. That's the one they talk about. So stop chasing 100 things. Start mastering one and give it your full, undivided, ruthless attention. Because at the end of the day, your future won't be decided by luck. It'll be decided by what you chose to focus on every damn day. Focus is a skill. Build it daily. Let's make one thing clear. Focus is not something you're born with. It's not some magical trait the successful just have. It's not a personality type, it's a decision, a discipline, a mental weapon forged through repetition and pain. Focus is a skill, and if it's a skill, that means you can build it, you can sharpen it, you can stretch it, you can make it lethal. But most people, they never even start. They say they want success, but they can't even sit alone in a room without grabbing their phone. They can't go 20 minutes without checking a notification, a text, a reel, a like, and they wonder why their dreams are stuck in the same spot. They wonder why their goals never take off. It's because their mind is weak and their focus is non-existent, but not you. Not if you're serious, not if you want to rise above the average, the lazy, the distracted. You build focus by doing the hard stuff, the boring stuff, the invisible work that no one claps for, the hours of deep work when no one is looking, when there's no audience, no dopamine, no external reward. That's where discipline is built. That's where warriors are made. You train your focus every time you say, I'm not going to check my phone right now. I'm not hopping between 10 tasks like a clown. I'm locking in on this one thing until it's done. And when it's boring, you stay. When it's quiet, you lean in. When it gets hard and your brain begs for a distraction, you sit there and say, this is the rep that makes me stronger. Every time you resist the scroll, every time you choose depth over dopamine, every time you stay locked in when it would have been easier to drift, you're building something dangerous. You're building mental armor. You're separating yourself from the 99% who can't sit still for 5 minutes. You're entering a league where results are born, the zone, the flow state, the place where greatness lives. Let the others chase stimulation. Let them binge, scroll, jump from trend to trend like circus animals. You're locked in on the mission, tunnel vision. No noise, no nonsense, just you and the goal. Because here's the truth most people can't handle. The person who can control their focus controls their destiny. Not the smartest guy, not the most talented, the most focused. The one who gets up early and knocks out deep work while the world is still asleep. The one who doesn't just work hard, he works clean. No distractions, no split attention, just clear, savage execution. You keep doing that every single day, you become a machine. Your mind gets sharper. Your productivity explodes. And soon, while everyone else is wondering how you got so far ahead, you'll know it came down to one thing. You trained your focus like your life depended on it. Because it does. And when your focus becomes stronger than your laziness, stronger than your emotions, stronger than the noise of the world, that's when the game changes. That's when you stop chasing results, and results start chasing you. Because your energy flows where your focus goes, and where consistent focus lives, excellence follows every time. So stop waiting for clarity. Stop chasing motivation. Stop blaming your environment and start becoming the kind of man who can lock in no matter what's going on around him. That's how champions are made. That's how legacies are built. One focused day at a time. Focus will take you where motivation can't. Let's kill the illusion right now. You're not always going to feel like it. You're not always going to be inspired, pumped up, or in the mood. There will be days when you wake up and your body says, stay down. There will be nights when your mind whispers, take it easy. You've done enough. But here's the truth. Winners don't listen to those voices. They listen to focus. Because motivation, that's for the moments when life is easy. Focus, that's what you lean on when life gets real. Motivation fades. It burns hot for a second and then it's gone. But focus is the fire you build, brick by brick, day by day. It doesn't rely on emotion. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for the stars to align. Focus just shows up. Every damn day. You don't need another podcast. You don't need more dopamine from social media. You don't need somebody screaming, "You got this," in your face. What you need is clarity. What you need is purpose. What you need is to shut out the noise and get locked in like your future depends on it, because it does. Let me say it like this. You can have the genetics, you can have the brains, you can have all the raw talent in the world. But if you can't stay focused, if you can't shut the door on distractions, if you can't lock in on the mission, you will lose. And you won't lose to someone better than you. You'll lose to someone hungrier than you, someone more disciplined, someone who put their head down and got to work while you were scrolling, doubting, or making excuses. Focus isn't sexy. It's not glamorous. It's gritty, repetitive, unforgiving. It means saying no to things that feel good now so you can say hell yes to things that matter later. It means showing up to practice when everyone else is sleeping. It means working in silence while others seek attention. It means giving 100% when nobody's watching and doing it again tomorrow. So if you're sitting there wondering, why am I not further ahead? Why don't I feel like I'm winning yet? Why does it feel like nothing's working? Stop and ask yourself a different question. What am I actually focused on? Because that's the blueprint. That's the answer. Are you focused on your craft or on comparison? Are you focused on your goals or on gossip? Are you focused on your mission or on meaningless distractions? Be honest. Because your focus is the steering wheel of your life. And if you've been spinning in circles, if you've been stuck in the same place, it's time to grab the wheel and take control. No more when I feel like it. No more waiting for motivation to magically kick in. No more treating your dreams like a hobby. It's time to become a man with a code, a man with standards, a man who shows up not because it's easy, but because he decided this is who he is. You're not chasing excitement, you're building endurance. You're not chasing approval, you're earning respect from yourself. And the man who can stay focused long enough through the noise, through the pain, through the setbacks, becomes unstoppable. So here's your challenge. Turn off the world. Turn down the noise. Turn up your discipline. Put your phone away. Put your excuses to rest. Put your energy where it counts. Lock in. Zone in. Tunnel vision. No distractions, no drama, no detours. Because the man who wins isn't the most hyped, isn't the most followed. It's the man who focuses longer than everyone else. Let them be loud. Let them post. Let them party. Let them laugh at your discipline. And then let them watch. Watch you rise. Watch you win. Watch you turn your silence into strength and your focus into power. Motivation got you started, but focus is what finishes the job. Let that be the difference between who you are and who you become. Because at the end of the day, motivation fades, but focus stays, and that makes all the difference. In the end, it's not about how motivated you are, it's about how focused you can stay when motivation fades. Because focus, that's the real superpower. That's what separates the ones who talk from the ones who take over. You don't need more hacks. You don't need more hype. You need focus, ruthless tunnel vision, locked in focus. And if you master that, you'll be unstoppable. In anything you do, if you felt that, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and comment tunnel vision below, so I know you're one of the real ones who stayed locked in till the end. Let them scroll. Let them get distracted. You're building something they'll never understand until it's too late.